Hello and welcome, this is rooflemonger, and today we have a fun video for you because we have the stats for Dragon Ball FighterZ. So I'm talking the most popular characters, the teams most likely to win, and heck, hey, just the plain old most popular teams, period, right? So I did a very similar video at the start of Season 2 of Dragon Ball FighterZ, and now that we are ending, pretty much the end of Season 2, and Season 3 is on the very close horizon, I figure let's show the stats for Dragon Ball FighterZ as they now stand. So let's start with just the character popularity stats. Dragon Ball FighterZ being what it is, and Dragon Ball as a fandom being what it is, we're going to start at the top and work our way down, other than the way you might normally think we do this, just because, the top characters are the most painfully obvious ones of all. So hey, let's just start with our top 5 characters for Dragon Ball FighterZ. So this sample size is set to the last 3 months, so it doesn't take the whole year into account, because I think that would skew the numbers. But yeah, so as of the last 3 months, here are all the characters, and at number 1, I'm sure to the shock of literally nobody, Super Saiyan Goku is wildly the most popular character in Dragon Ball FighterZ, and hey, why not? He's the poster boy of the franchise, and hell, he's definitely one of the best characters in the game. That's a very strong combination that easily leads to the most popular character. Coming in at number 2, hey, we now know he's not necessarily the strongest character, but that certainly doesn't hurt his popularity, because Goku Black is still the second most played character in this game. So this is taking online stats into account. This is certainly not tournament results, right? But the evil version of the good guy is always going to be popular. Your Akuma or whatever. Your dark version of the good guy is always going to be super popular, so Goku Black remains at number 2. And for number 3, Vegito. So Vegito, obviously very popular as well, as all these characters are in the top 5. Easy to use in the game, everyone loves the fusion characters, makes sense. So number 4, you might see it says Bardock, not Bardock. This is because I'm using a Japanese site and using Google's built-in translator, so some things will be a little off, let's just say that. It'll be a little off, right? But yeah, Bardock, or Bardock as you will, well, geez, what more can we say about Bardock and Dragon Ball FighterZ at this point, right? He is a popular character as well. I feel Bardock's popularity in this list is a little bit less to do with this popularity in fandom, and more just his brute strength, because once again, very easy to utilize and very overwhelming, right? And at number 5, Adult Gohan. Once again, super popular character, very strong in the game. Basically, the top 5 writes itself, right? It gets more interesting to see who's lesser played in Dragon Ball FighterZ. With that said, hey, let's go down another notch. So for our next grouping, number 6 is Super Saiyan Vegeta. He was in the top 5 at the start of Season 2, however, no longer, has fallen a bit. Still very good character. A lot of people, they dropped him. I don't know why. He's still super solid. I guess he's not Super Saiyan Goku or GT Goku. So, whatevs, I guess. But hey, there you go. Then we have Base Form Goku. Once again, not a shocker. And our first big character shows up here, Broly. Broly actually quite a bit higher up on the list than he was at the start of Season 2. I gotta attribute that to the fact that people as a whole are starting to realize, hey, Broly's pretty good. He still has the weaknesses and all that kind of stuff that you expect from a big character. But hey, he's definitely jumped up from the start of Season 2 as far as the stats are concerned, right? Because people are waking up to just the power of the character. Now, going next here, we have Blue Goku here, a character people kind of sleep on a bit competitively, but being a Goku, hey, obviously, he's in the top 10. That's just how it's gonna be. Going numbers 10 through 13, first up here is Teen Gohan. Once again, not a surprise, very strong character, super popular in the franchise, and both Gohans make the top 10 in popularity. Coming in next is Trunks. Trunks also... And I know I'm kind of repeating myself here, but very popular in the franchise. And thus, the list reflects it, right? That's just how it's going to be for a lot of these guys here. And Blue Vegeta, hey, no exception. Blue Vegeta, competitively, hey. Definitely not one of the stronger competitive characters, but his name is Vegeta, thus he's where he's at. And 13 is Yamcha. A little bit surprising. I expected Yamcha to be a little bit lower down on the list, but hey, there you go. So Yamcha is indeed number 13. So coming in at numbers 14 through 17. Number 14, we have Frieza. Frieza about the same where he was at the beginning of Season 2. Obviously, I hate saying it, but a very popular character in the fandom. Perceived lower tier generally, although he's still got some stuff competitively, but hey, he is where he is. Hit has fallen a lot since the beginning of Season 2. Hit was in the top 10 at the beginning of Season 2, and now he has fallen to number 15. Hey, that still puts him in basically the top half of usage, but still, that's a bit of a fall. Also, back then and now too, I'm still surprised he's as popular as he is. Once again, popular in the fandom, but very weird in the game. I'm surprised as many people have stuck with him as they have, especially considering, going down one spot here, we got Kid Buu. Kid Buu, ridiculously strong. Throughout the history of the game, not that hard to use either, honestly. And he's popular enough, but he still ranks below Hit. Hey, you tell me, I don't know. And at number 17 is Cell himself. Certainly we are a long ways away from the launch days of Season 1 where Cell ran this game, right? Cell's still popular enough, but he's definitely a fallen star. Going from 18 to 21, 18 is base form Vegeta. Very shocking to say the least. He's the only flagship character that is this low on the list. You'd think, especially, you know, with Sonic Fox showing the relative power of base Vegeta in a recent time period, enough to be affected by this statistics, they'd be raised up a bit, you know, if only just for, you know, people who follow the competitive stuff, but no, he's pretty low up. Coming in at 19, Android 21, definitely fallen star, especially from the early points of the game. You know, popular enough character for the aesthetics, let's put it that way, right? But, you know, not as popular anymore as she used to be. And falling from grace big time from the start of the season is Jiren. This is definitely due to the competitive end of things. At the start of the season, he was one of the more played characters as far as the stats went anyways. We as a community have basically learned Jiren is definitely, unfortunately, one of the weaker characters in the game, and his fall in the stats definitely show it. 21, popular character, but her being confusing and complex, I can see her being that low. 21, as popular as she is, if you're newer to the game, for the most part, she doesn't make sense. You kind of have to know fighting games to understand how 18 works. So if you're just a casual playing for fun, I can see why 21 is as low on the list as she is. Going from 22 to 25, Boolith, you know, Beerus. Once again, it's the translation. I'm sorry, I can't help that, right? Actually doing better than he was at the start of Season 2. He's obviously lower on the list, right? But he is a higher spot than he was at the start of Season 2 when I did this stat check originally. So, hey, thumbs up, I guess. Android 16, definitely a fallen hero. Season 2 cut the legs out from underneath him, turning him from one of the best characters in the game to debatably one of the worst. Not too high up on the stats, but still, hey, he's at least got some lingering memories. And the king of the translation errors is back here, Tianjin Rice, aka Tien. Tien, I don't know, I always feel bad. He was not very popular at the beginning of Season 2 either. I don't know, Tien deserves better on every front. In the game, in the fandom, I'm still bugged about the Tournament of Power. I don't know, I could rant about that later, I guess. Tien deserves better. 25, Kula, as part of the translation. So if you watch yesterday's video, hey, Cooler, in my opinion, is like the secret best character in the game. The best character nobody talks about. Maybe come Season 3, more people realize what Cooler is all about in terms of his general strength. Maybe he gets some buffs, and hey, maybe some of the universal anti-big character stuff like the fuzzies and all that go away, making him all the stronger yet. And hey, Cooler, if I do this video again next year, I think he's going to be higher up in the ratings. Numbers 26 through 29. First up, we have Gotenks, and all I can say is I hope, once again, as we talked about a second ago for Cooler, if I do this again next year, I can only hope Gotenks is lower on the list. The world is a better place the less Gotenks players there is. 27, Zamasu, once again, a little surprising that he's this slow, but he is, once again, one of the more complex characters in the game, and the second someone gets kind of complex, if they're not, you know, a Goku or Vegeta, or just, you know, a really big name character in the franchise, then people start picking them less, right? 28, Videl, also another massive fall from the beginning of Season 2. Just like Jiren, Videl, you know, came in with a bang and went out with a whimper, unfortunately. Videl being definitely not one of the stronger characters in the game. And hey, speaking of not one of the stronger characters in the game, good poster boy for that is Android 17 coming in at number 29. And here we are with the 5 least played characters in Dragon Ball FighterZ. So if you play one of these characters, consider yourself, I guess, in the elite. Because not many people pick them. So 4 of these, they make sense, right? Number 30, Piccolo. You'd think Piccolo being such a, you know, just a stalwart for the franchise being more popular. But even at the beginning of Season 2, while he was more popular at the beginning of Season 2, it wasn't crazy amount. He was in the 20s somewhere. So yeah, definitely a big fall for Piccolo. But yeah, Piccolo number 30, 31 Krillin, 32 Nappa, 33 Majin Buu, and the least played character in the game. Definitely not ununderstandably so, because he is, you know, such a crazy character to use, is Captain Ginyu. So yeah, these are the character stats. And once again, unfortunately, the site does not track the 4 latest DLC characters, Janemba, GT Goku, Gogeta, and DBS Broly. I don't know why. Maybe they never update, I don't know. But the stats are, you know, they're accurate as to the last 3 months. So there we have it, minus those 4 characters. So now let's look at the most popular teams and also the teams that are most likely to win. Now, for 3 of the 4 characters the site is missing here of the DLC, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but GT Goku definitely would be here at some point if he was counted in the numbers, at least on one of these, but hey, let's show it as it stands. So the statistically most likely team you are to see coming in at under 1% still, but hey, you know, there's a million combinations in this game, is Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Vegeta, and Trunks. And hey, makes sense to me, honestly. These are basically your 3 stalwarts. Navy, I'm a little more surprised at Adult Gohan over Trunks, but we're dealing with, like, you know, amounts that are less than 1%, so whatever. Team number 2 that is most likely to be seen is Super Saiyan Goku and Adult Gohan and Bardock. Going in number 3 here, Super Saiyan Goku, Adult Gohan, and Base Form Goku. Then Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Vegeta, and Adult Gohan, and then Super Saiyan Goku, Blue Goku, and Base Goku. So even without the GT Goku aspect of it, you're seeing a hell of a lot of Gokus. And we have the teams statistically most likely to win a game. So they're all coming in at over a 50% win chance. And the team in the game, as it stands right now, that is the most statistically likely to win is Super Saiyan Vegeta, Cell, and Bardock. Now, maybe that's not a team you'll see everywhere, but hey, the numbers don't lie, as Scott Steiner once famously said. The second most likely to win team here is Super Saiyan Goku, Piccolo, and Bardock. Number 3 is Super Saiyan Goku, Kid Buu, and Base Vegeta. And then coming in at number 4, we have Super Saiyan Goku. I know, a lot of Super Saiyan Gokus, right? Super Saiyan Goku, Android 21, and Bardock. And at number 5, Super Saiyan Goku, Hit, and Bardock. So, by the numbers, these are the statistically most likely teams to win in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now, this isn't to say, hey, you're going to EVO, and then you're going to pick Vegeta, Cell, Bardock, right? That doesn't guarantee you a win, right? But going by the online numbers, these are the teams that statistically win the most, and hey, the win rate's over 50%, so they're doing something right. So, yeah, that is a fun look at the stats. Once again, we did this at the beginning of Season 2, and now to close out the season, hey, let's have another look. The numbers have definitely shifted a lot. Characters that were newer at the beginning of Season 2, you know, like Videl and poor old Jiren, definitely fallen pretty hard, because nobody really wants to play them, sadly. But you know what? Season 3 is coming up, and come Season 3, Jiren and Videl will be turned into gods, and they'll run this game, maybe. I don't know, right? But that is the numbers as they currently stand. A little bit unfortunate they didn't have the more recent DLC characters to pull from for the numbers for Season 2, but hey, it is what it is. But at least we got the numbers as they are. But my friends, that is the end of this video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video found you well. Go and play some Dragon Ball.